Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and we have a little update on Deadpool 3. Well, as many of you know, Deadpool 3 is going to finally introduce the Merc with the Mouth to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And writers Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese have been given the task to bring that to life and integrate it into the MCU. Now recently, they were discussing a little bit about some various details with the direct on the film, and although they were pretty careful not to spill any specific details, they did give us a bit of an idea of what to expect from Wade Wilson's MCU debut. Now in a recent report that we did, they talked about how the threequel was going to be a fish out of water story, and will drop a lunatic into a very sane world. We actually did a video on this and I've linked it down below, and it kind of serves as a prequel to this story. They've now gone on to say that pretty much nothing is off limits inside the MCU, and Deadpool will poke fun at just about anything. Recently, Reese said, how many movies have they given us? 25, 26, 28, something like that? We have a treasure trove of things to poke fun at now, and Deadpool's an equal opportunist, so everyone's fair game. Now, they did go on to admit that they thought certain characters within the MCU and interactions with them would likely be the type of thing that Wade either did very well with or did not so great. And if you're a fan of Marvel Comics, you know Deadpool really doesn't get along very well with some characters. They actually said, I do think we obviously sit in our head and imagine Deadpool having a conversation with character X, character Y, character C, because right there you go, is that funny or isn't it? And the answer is very often yes. Now, the fact that they're integrating it into the MCU and he now has so many characters to talk about is really good news. I've joked for a long time, I would love to see a Deadpool Punisher spinoff under the rated R rating where Frank Castle just keeps shooting Wade in the face. I think that as an ongoing joke could be a lot of fun, but obviously with some of these other characters, there's lots they could do. Now, in a separate interview, the one from earlier this month, Reese assured fans that the studio is actually fully on board, the movie being a much more adult rated R film, and they're not trying to tone it down. And again, this is something we've talked about before, but I wanted to repeat the quote. Now, when it comes to a particular joke, if we cross a line, maybe we hear it at a point, maybe not that joke, but I think they've been incredibly supportive of what we're doing, because obviously we're doing it separate from them for a long time, and I think they've seen the success and they've had their own greater success. So hopefully it'll be a marriage made in heaven. We definitely got their support, and that's a great thing to feel. Like we talked about before, having this kind of support from Marvel Studios and Disney is key to making Deadpool work. I actually think if they had introduced the character in the PG-13 format, fans might be okay with Deadpool 3 not being rated R, but they are very accustomed to the film, the format that Ryan Reynolds brings Deadpool to life in, and I don't think they can tone that back and find anywhere near the same level of fan success. Now, obviously, these jokes and the interactions with Marvel characters are going to play big. I personally think Deadpool will have a lot of fun joking directly with the audience about how he's integrated into this new universe and how weird it actually is. Those jokes might actually make the integration quite a bit easier, and I really look forward to seeing what these writers do with that material and how they bring it to life. Now, as of today, Deadpool 3 does not have a release date, but we are expecting it sometime in late 2023 or 2024. Comic-Con is just a few weeks away, and I do suspect Marvel Studios will give us this release date at San Diego Comic-Con, but we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, we're going to continue to cover Deadpool 3 pretty closely. It's one of my most anticipated projects, and I really can't wait to see the third film. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to not miss any Deadpool news. But until we know more, what do you guys think? How do you feel about Wade Wilson having a lot of interactions with MCU characters in the third sequel? And what would be your ultimate Deadpool interaction? I think it might be too late, but I would love to see Chris Evans as Steve Rogers and Wade Wilson together for a scene. How many times can Cap say language? Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.